Anand, hi, this is Anu here. I'm from the Home Bakers team. Can you hear? We've
Yes.
unmuted you. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, we're just sorting out, the going live on Facebook, and that's what is preventing us. But I think you
Yeah,
can
I can understand.
start.
Don't worry.
How are things in Malaysia? All good?
Yeah,
Uh,
all good. And from today, they have made another 13 days lockdown,
okay. Okay.
extended for another 13 days.
But is the situation bad as how you see in European countries or?
I think, okay, they are able to manage. I think now the total count in Malaysia is 4,000 and odd people. Better than Singapore.
Okay, okay, okay. And
Yeah.
tougher, stringent regulations like
Yes, yes,
Singapore?
yes. If you move out, like last week, like some people were jogging around, they were
Yeah.
caught and they were arrested.
Oh, wow. Okay. I wish they did that. I'm based in London and we still don't have strict regulations and we still see people walking out. The number of deaths are going up. So,
I
it's
really
really
don't know
sad.
why they don't understand the logic of this. No, when it is they say it is so crucial time that you need to get isolated yourself. These people are just like that moving around.
Yeah, yeah.
I see
Oh,
they even sometimes I see in the evenings they bring dogs out and for walking.
yeah, I know. Yeah, you find kids cycling, cyclists, everything, and it's so unfortunate.
Really don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, I think we are good to kickstart now, Anand. And
Okay,
thank you so much
no
for
problem. It's my
taking
pleasure.
this session for us. And for the audience, I don't think Anand needs any introduction, but for those who don't know him, he's very passionate about baking, and his forte is gum paste, flowers. And I also read up, Anand, that you're a psychologist. Is that true?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
exactly.
wow.
Right.
Okay. That's very good. I've met engineers who have taken up baking as a passion, but yeah, it's good to know that as well. And yeah, you can start, Anand.
Okay, fine.
And
Hi to all.
sorry, one more last thing. We
Yeah.
have forcibly muted the audience.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's too much of noise in the background. And audience, please
Okay.
do not share your videos. Again, as and when we realize if you're sharing your video, then we would mute it as well. And as usual, keep posting your questions on chat as and when possible, and when it's either towards the end of the session we will get them answered, or during the session, Anand, you can prompt if you think you can take questions while you're doing, and I'm happy
Yes.
to read out the
Sure.
questions.
Fine.
Okay.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Hi to all. Hope all of you are very safe. Okay, this today I thought we thought we will do some fillers, and this fillers is like one of the easiest fillers. And one more thing is there is no big cutters involved or there is no petal dust involved. Very simple, basic steps, and they work excellently on your cakes. So okay, so here I have a small set of filler, the same ivy. Ivy has so many species, so I'm going to show you that some two varieties of it, how you can work on it. Okay. One is the green one like this. It's a small one. So when you work on this, it's like that. Hopefully all of you can see this. Uh, Another one is it's a medium size, a bigger one, and it's a double toned ones. Okay. So I'm going to show you both ways how you can work on this. Okay. Let's start the thing. Any medium, for any medium, it's not just for gum paste. Any medium you can use the same technique. It works really fantastic. Okay. Okay, what I have here for you first is I have the cheap cutters. These are like 200 bucks or 250 bucks, something like that only. So this cutters are more than enough for your IVs. So you get set of three like this, and you have the larger size set of three also. So I'll show you in the small because they look very cute and nice. And I have a veiner here. A veiner, in sense, whatever you can choose. If you have a grape veiner, grape leaf veiner, you can choose that. Or if you have a rose leaf veiner also, that's more than enough because some of the IVs has that kind of vast spread veining, like a rose leaf also. So you can choose anything, whatever you want. Here I have what I've made my own. I have my it's an IV veiner only. I have taken that. And what else you need is your gum paste flower rolling pin. If not, even just brushes are more than enough. Even just these brushes are more than enough, because as I told you, there's nothing much investments in this. And always I prefer to show which is more easier, and which whatever you have at home you can work on with that. So that's the way. The flowers are already flowers, and these kind of leaves, these kind of arrangements are first thing which had come to existence is because of it gives you an excellent exotic look on the cake, and there is no much investment is needed for you to work on. Okay. And what I'm going to use today, the wires, is I'm going to use a 28. 30 I'm not going to use because 30 is going to be super thin. This is I'm going to use 28. 28 wires for this. 28 is perfectly fine for this. Okay. So I've just cut into 4 parts, each wire cut into 4 parts. So that should be fine. Okay. And the colors what I've used is, now I'm for the double tone. What I've used is yellow. This is, it looks like yellow. It is like greenish yellow. It is sugar flash bitter lemon what I'm using. Bitter lemon is fantastic color. For a lot of bases, I use this bitter lemon. This works very nice. So this is my gum paste what I've used. So let me work on this first. First, I'm going to show you a double tone, how easily you can work on a double tone. They look very realistic. These IVs look very realistic when you work on them. And the character also, very little characters you need to give it to it. Okay. Just taken a small bit of it. Okay. Just roll a small bit of it. My techniques to work on the wires is always the Alan Dunn method. I find his method is the best. Has for me, and I've been doing it past 10 years, and it works fantastic. Okay, see what I've taken here is a small ball of green, a little bit bigger ball of yellow, this bitter lemon. Okay. So what I'm going to do is first just roll them as a small sausage. Okay. Then roll the yellow also into a bigger sausage. You see this? Now I'm going to keep both of them on top, topple them each other like this. Okay. Then I'm going to roll it, and then one side, as I always say, one side, just give pressure, press it and release it, press it and release it. Now once it has been done, you could see the ridge here. So I'm going to take the other side, hold it up, press first slowly and then release it. Don't give full pressure and press it. Your medium will get torn. So always give pressure slowly and then slowly stretch it and bring it thin. Okay, this is how. And then from the top, I'm going to release some, and here I'm going to release some also. Now I'm going to take my IV mold. Then see, always the ridge should be 3/4 of any petal or a leaf, whatever it is. Okay. So this plunger cutter, I'm going to take 3/4 of it, the veiner. Wiggle it, because these are plastic cutters. So wiggle it like that. So in a stretch, I'm going to make two. So it's an advantage for us. We save a lot of time. So the other side, I'm going to keep it 3/4. As I told you, I want the ridge to be in. Take it off. Now you see, I'll show you the other one also. This looks more natural like that. Okay, now I'm going to wire them. As I told you, I'm using a 28 wire. 30 is very thin, so use 28 until the ridge. Until the ridge, the wire is there. Just going to slide in the wire until the ridge. Yeah, okay. Yes. Now I'm going to use my veiner. I have a double side veiner. Always I have told how to use a veiner is, if your veiner is a big one and your leaf or your petal is small, try to capture the top veins, because this top veins is more smaller. The slowly you come down, it becomes more bigger. Okay, so always if you have a small leaf, try to capture only the top veins, because it looks more beautiful. If I'm going to put it down like this, it will capture all the big veins and it will look very artificial. So in that way, that is the rule of your veiner. Always when you vein it, do like that. Hold it both sides, give a quick press. Okay, see, there is a catch here. See, in the veiner, generally, if it gets stuck like this, don't peel up your wire, it'll get torn. So always try to release from the sides first and then remove it off. Okay, now can you see the veins? Now what I do here, see, we need some character. Now the basic structure of the leaf is already is there. So now we need some character for the leaf. So what I do is go back, pinch a bit, okay, and then bend both sides here and bend this to make it a bit more realistic. Okay, this is how. See this? I'll do the other one and show you also. Once again, just keep it from the top like this. See, there is no petal dust is needed for this. No any other uh, extra colors. What you need, nothing is needed. It's very easy, simple techniques. Just with your 200-250 bucks cutter, you can work on this. Just that plunger cutter is more than enough. Then just pinch here, bend this, and just give a nice soft bend. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to, already I have made some. See, I'll show you. Yeah, I've made some in all the both the different colors. I'll show you in the green also, so you will know exactly how it looks. And okay, see, another next thing is, what will I do with the extra dough? Like this, it has double mixed colors. Still you can work it. I will show you that also. Just quickly do a sausage, thin it half the way, go up, press and release, press and release until it is nice and thin. Go up, press and release. Now you see the double shaded already, which is facing the side. You're getting it. Okay. Now let me clear off one side first, and then use it. Now see how beautiful it looks. The natural one comes like this. So the basic ivy, if you want to do, you can do like this. Even ivy has buds, ivy has flowers, so many different structures you can do in that way. So this is one important filler where you can work amazingly well, and it looks really elegant on your cakes. See this. And then, as I told you, pinch up so it lifts up, and then bend all the sides so it has some character to it. Okay. Now I'll show you one of the green also. When you Google with uh, for ivy leaves, you will see the amount of species you get. You'll get amazed from it. All the greens, from the light green to the dark green, everything you'll have. Okay, once again, a sausage. Yes, thin it little bit. Go to the sides, go up, press, and release. Go up, press, and release. Once again, go up, press, and release. Okay. Make sure you have a nice, super rich, but don't make the rich too fat. See, a lot of you will be doing a dwindling method. I prefer this because I'll tell you why. Because when I'm going to vein it, this ridge will not be visible. But in dwindling method, in even if you vein the double side veiner, you'll have a patch of vein which has been visible here that you have stuck it. So this is more neat work. Okay, the green. Another common question which people ask me for this is, I'll tell you, which side the veiner is front and which side of the veiner is the back. Even when I was like in my starting age, I used to think about that, how it goes on, like how which is the front and back. Always see, this is the easy method to find it. Okay, a simple thing I tell to my students is, see your palm when you see it, your lines are inside, right? So this is your front, and when you see back, the lines here, the veins of our hand, you see is it's all protruding. Okay, so this is the back. Same way you see here, see here, the veins are going inside. So this is your front. Here, the veins are protruding. This is your back. It's a super easy thing, but a lot of people have the struggle for this to find what it is. So this, I think, would be more easy for you guys to know about that. Okay, now we have made those two. Now I'll show you how to arrange them. Let me clear off this. Okay, here I've taken, here is a 20 wire. Okay, I've taken a 20 wire, then I have wrapped it with green tape, floral tape. And now I'm going to show you how to make the tendrils. Generally, what people do is, tendrils means they will do it with the wire itself. I will tell you, don't waste your time doing for the wire, because we can save a lot of things with the space if you're going to do without the wire. So I will show you another method where you can do without bending the wire. Okay, I'm going to take a half tape here. Okay, I'm just taking a half tape here. Just gonna leave some here and start squeezing them and taking off. Okay, see, I've just left some pieces. Once again, if you want few more, just leave like that, hold it. Okay, see, now two, I've just left two. This is fine for me. So what I'm going to do is squeeze them nicely. In this way, They are very nice and they look very realistic. In that way, I don't even waste my space in the wire. Just roll them, squeeze them and roll them so the glue gets stuck nicely. Okay. Now I take a thin paintbrush. What I do here is hold it like this. Okay, see, don't hold it like closed like this. Lift it up like this and then quickly but firmly hold it and then slowly release it. You see, once again the other one. Yeah, you see now. Then take that nicely like this. So your full length of it is so realistic. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, now you need to know how to space your ivy leaves, because if you do it very far also it looks very odd, and if you do it very near also you're wasting your leaves. Like in one stem itself you're adding too much. So I will show you the technique how to add it on. Okay, I'm going to do take it from the small ones which I've done already. See, these are small tips, but even the smallest tip is very it brings your flower to life or your leaf to life or your arrangement to life. So never avoid these kind of tips. Try to get into it and catch hold of it. Okay, now I have, see, there are so many ways you can do the arrangement. You can do the arrangement with just one size alone for the whole. Okay, another one is you can take three different sizes, start from the smallest and then medium and then biggest. Like that also you can go. Okay, so it depends upon any way you can do. What I would prefer is if I have 10 set of creepers around, I will mix and match. I will never do exactly the same. It will look very systematic and that doesn't look nice. Nature is never perfect. So in that way I will make sure that I have a mix and match of all these. Okay, now the first thing is never show your wires. Any competition you go, wherever you go ahead for that, never show your wires. Every single wire should be tipped. Okay, the marks goes for these things. So make sure you do all these things neatly. Lift it up and cover the wire fully, and then tape it neatly and pull it off. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to start from the small ones. Okay, I'm going to have it. As I told you, I'm using a half tape. Never use a full tape because, see, all these things adds on to your weight for the cake when you're putting it on the cake. So the more I'm using half because generally I use half, then this 3/4 of this I cut in this also into two and use it. But generally, where students find it, newcomers find it very hard to do it. So I do it with half. Okay, stretch your tapes nicely, then cover them neatly. Okay, like this. The next one, see, there are two techniques. One is even the bends, I'll show you. First is like this I'm doing. The next I'll use the smaller ones, I mean the medium ones. I'm going to keep it here. Okay, see, this is the space length I'm going to give, not more than, I mean not lesser than this, nor not more than this. And see where I'm taping, I want the stem also to be visible. Okay, so because ivy has the stems visible, so that's the reason I want the stems also to be visible, and then I'm taping it. Okay, now what I do is generally then I slowly bend it. Then I slowly bend it. Give a natural shape like that. Okay. Then I'm using another medium ones. I go this side. I see where it is the level. See, this should be equivalent to that or a little bit less. Okay, don't go too much down. Go like that. Fit nicely. Every leaf should be taped up neatly like this till the end so it doesn't move. Yeah. Now see. Slowly. Now, once again, I'm going to use a next bigger ones. This is one method of doing it. As I told you, you can make all big or all small also, you can do it and add it on to the arrangement. This is the basic method of doing this is like this. Then quickly I bend it like that. Now once again go up, quickly bend it like that. Tape it up neatly. Once again, go down. Don't worry about any other settings of yeah, after finishing the whole thing we can even bend and adjust accordingly. Okay, and next I'm keeping it here. Tape it until the end of each leaf wire you have done. Okay, now I'm going to bend it like this, bend it like this, then go down. Now once again bend it. See, now the bends which we had given here, can you see this bends? See, they look very realistic when you bend them like that. Then keeping it flat like this, these are the characters for the leaf, what you can get it. So that is the reason I don't even thin my leaf edges. Because if you thin your edges, then it becomes a haywire, frilly. Never ivy leaves are frilly. So I don't do that. First itself, I make sure I thin my leaves as much as possible. Okay, like this. Now, can you see this? Then what I generally do is to give the bends, just give a soft bend. Never go for a hard bend. Just go for a nice soft bend. Yeah, now can you see? If you guys can see this. So this is one method of doing the leaves, ivy leaves, the creepers. And when you're working on this, another, I will show you with the green one also, how I have done with the green one. Okay, see the green ones I've made here. The same way we can work on. If you want to add berries, any kind of berries to it, you can add them here. Okay, give the space. You can add some berries here. You can add some berries here, like that. Generally, just for the contrast, what I do, I add some red berries to this part of it. So I add some berries this part of it. So in that way, it looks more nice. Thank you, thank you, Vandana. Yeah, like this, it can be done. Do you want me to show by adding some berries to it? Yeah, okay. I'll show you guys. Just for you guys to show you. I've added some. Yeah, this is my flower which I've made recently. So I've added some berries. So I had some extra berries. So this is my rose which I've made this for an arrangement.
Wow, I just love the colors that it looks so real as well. The colors look
Thank
amazing.
you. Yeah. Uh, so I have got some berries already pre-made for that. So this is like you just make a ball and then just poke it in and then leave it to dry. So how to arrange them? See, arranging these kind of berries is, see, always berries. One thing I notice with a lot of them is they make such huge fat ones. No, berries are small. See, always try to make as small as small berries. They look so more beautiful. And how you add them is like just pinch them here, here. Okay, as near as possible. Bring them as near as possible. Okay. Now see, I'm just going to bend. See, these kind of tools are very important. So always have these kind of small tools. Okay, I think these three looks more nicer. I'm just going to tape them as near as possible. Tape them as tight as possible. And one biggest mistake I see most of them doing it is the wires of the berries are so badly visible. They just poke it on the cake. No way, you cannot do that. See, we are trying to do as realistic as possible. So in that way, so you should never show your wires. That's a very important thing. So now, see, once again, what I'm going to do is bend my berries where how it's going to face. I want it to be facing like this. Okay. So I'm bending accordingly and then fixing up here. Okay. Just here and then taping them. And then we can add another like that. So so you're trying to cover as much as possible the wires. So that's very important when you're working on any kind of an arrangement. Wires should never peep out, nor it should be try to be as realistic as possible. That's more important. Don't give artificial colors. Give as natural as possible. Here I've just used, as I told you, the green I've used here now. You could see. So this is how you can add berries. Now I've added one here. You can add one more here also. So like that, you can add them, and then you can just give a different dimension for them. They look very beautiful when you work on it. See, for this, I've never used any petal dust, just the veiner. If you don't have veiner also, see here, you can even just try to use this veiner, what you have in the plungers itself. That also works. It doesn't matter. But make sure what you need to follow is thin. Your leaf should be thin, and then give the characters to it. Make sure the wires are not visible too much. Okay. as realistic as possible. Try to work on it. And the spacing, these are the very important things what you need to work on for that. And coloring, as I told you, see this is the basic thing which I do. The double coloring is like how I showed you the sandwich method. You can do without the sandwich method also like that. So it depends upon how you want to work on it and what is your background theme. So when you work on that, as I told you, see now how it looks. So just few of them. It's a very easy and very fast. You can fill your cakes. So that's the reason we call these kind of small leaves and all these kind of things as filler flowers. And sorry, the leaves. Main thing is, and another thing is, if you make a flower, make sure you have a foliage. That's the reason I want to show you this, because see, I made a flower. I have berries. I have rose, means I have a rose bud, a half opened rose, leaves, and berries, everything. See, this as a whole becomes a spray. Okay, so everything should be involved with that. It should not be just only the flowers. Don't concentrate only on the flowers. Everything. It should be everything involved. That's the way they look more beautiful. So, any questions? You can just pop out the questions, please, so I could help you out.
There's this question from Janet. Can we use these leaves with any type of floral decoration as fillers?
Yes, exactly. For anything, for any kind of, this works out for anything. Even you can use it as a creeper. You can use it as a just standing way, like that. You can use it.
Okay. And another question with regards to the rose that you just showed us, the
Yeah.
shades of the rose petals,
Yeah.
are, how have you got those shades? I mean, is it using the petal dust?
Yes,
Uh,
I have used petal dust in the corners. I've used petal dust in the corners.
okay. And, and this question is from Shweta. Could you please show the thickness of the leaf?
Okay. Yes, I can.
Okay. Wow. Uh-huh.
You can see how thin it is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just scrolling up. 1 second, Anand.
Yeah.
I know you did mention that you can't do this without veneers, but there's a question like from Sejal, Chef, what do we do if we don't have a veneer? Is there any
You can
backup?
use this. I told you can use the veiner which is already there in the. I mean,
Okay.
in the cutter itself. Plunger
Yeah.
cutter itself has a veiner. This is also fine.
Okay. And what shade of green gum paste have you used? This question
Uh,
is from Anjali Reddy.
okay, I have used foliage green gel color, and this is called as bitter lemon. Bitter lemon. It will look like green, but it is yellow. It's
Mm,
from Sugar Plant.
okay. Yeah. And the next question is from Kushbu. For how long can you store these?
It depends. The see your gum. It depends upon your medium of gum paste. Whatever you use, it depends upon yours. My gum paste, like this, is my homemade gum paste. My 10 years of working with flowers, I've never bought to. I mean, store bought gum paste, because what happens? The difference between homemade and store bought is this: what? See, homemade, we don't use any emulsifiers, or for us, we don't need it to last long. We don't put any emulsifiers for that. But the store bought one, they add a lot of oil to it. For them, the span of the gum paste in the box, in the shelf life, should be at least 1 year. So they add a lot of oil to it. So, but when you work on the gum paste of store bought gum paste, you
Yeah.
cannot see to now. I showed you this. Now see already how hard it is. See, I'll show you.
Mm,
It's not breaking. Just now I made it. It's not breaking. See, and it's
yeah.
become stiff already.
Okay.
Store bought will not be like this. So that's what I prefer to have. A homemade gum paste recipe is better. Okay, how to store it? Somebody had asked me. So
Yes.
storing, what I do with gum paste, always storing. One thing is, I have these kind of styrofoams. I poke my leaf or the flowers in the styrofoam and keep it in a cardboard boxes. See, never keep it in plastic containers because we are not living in US or UK. Okay, Asian market for Asian weather, you need to keep them in cardboard boxes where the moisture, if this gum paste attracts moisture, the cardboard box will absorb it. If you're going to keep them in plastic boxes, already the moisture which is there will spoil the whole gum paste for the Asian weather. So always have store it in cardboard boxes and don't seal them or lock them. Just cover and keep them. That's it. And if you want to be more precautious, add some silica gel to it. So anytime the moisture comes in, it gets absorbed. And even the silica gel can be used even n number of times. Every 15 days, you can take out the silica gel.
Mm. Okay.
Take out the silica gel on your oven to the lowest temperature for 15 minutes, then off it, then take the silica gel and put it into the oven for another 20 minutes and take it out. It is as new as possible. You can use it as another fresh silica gel for another set of flowers.
Right. Okay. And the next, I can move on to the next question, Anand.
Yeah, please, please.
So this question is, could you please guide us how to make a hook for the berries?
I didn't get you. Sorry.
Um, yeah, I think, okay, this question is from a Zoom viewer, Realme 2. Could you please type it out again? And I'm going to pick a question from Facebook now. This is from Archana. Which gauge wires are used for berries?
Berries, okay. Gauge wire, okay. This, see, because as I see, the logic is this, as simple as possible. This berry is not very heavy, right? It's very small. So I can use either 30 or 28. Only if you have a big leaf or a big petal, then you use more thicker, 24 or something like that. Okay, for the newcomers or new people who are working on flowers, it goes like this. The thickest wire is 16 and 18. The thinnest wire, what you get in Asian market is 30, 26 and 28. So I'm using the thinnest. Next to the thinnest, 30, I don't use it because it doesn't stand properly. So I use 28.
Okay. And there are a few questions around the brands that you've used, like what brand, gum paste, wire.
No, as I
Uh,
told you, the gum paste, I don't use any brand. I never buy my gum paste. I make my own gum paste. So it depends upon what medium you use. You're free to go ahead and use whatever you like. Brands, there is nothing big brand which I use. From the day one, I use this sugar flare. I like that because like one thing is, see, this is like uh, 5 years old. Still nothing has got over. I'm digging. It's still I can go for it.
okay. Yeah.
So sugar flare is very nice. If you could get your hands on sugar flare, it's very nice. Other than that, any kind of colors are fine. Gel colors are fine. Any kind of gel colors are fine.
Okay. The next question is from Sunita. Any techniques while placing it on cake?
You see, these are creepers. So whenever you keep one thing about placing flowers on a cake, uh, it is like how should I tell you is that see never face the flowers facing down. Okay, so it is generally what we say is it's a bad omen. Generally, they say even on a wedding cake, the flowers will never be facing down. The leaves may face down, the berries may face down, the flowers may never face down. So we always go from down to up. We lift the flowers and we do it like that. So always when you are doing it, make sure I'm going to do a creeper. One, I'm going to put it like this. Like see, I'm going to put it like this. And one, if I want to flow it down, I will put it like this.
Okay.
I have a dummy. If you want quickly, I can get you the dummy and show them. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely fine.
Yeah. Okay. Just a sec. Uh, yeah. I've come here. Just a sec. Let me place them and show. Just a sec. Are
Are
you
those
able to
lilies?
see?
Uh, are those lilies that you've made? I mean, we can only see half of it, so I think you'll need to bring the flower to the middle.
Yeah. Just a minute. Let me adjust the camera.
Anand, I don't think you ever buy fresh flowers because you make them so beautifully at home.
Thank you. Thank you. That is
So,
good.
but do you buy? I'm inquisitive.
Are you able to see it now?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Just okay. See now the dummy arrangement here. I have made some lilies as in the dummy. Okay. Now if this is going to be placed in, either I will hang it up like this. If you could see, like this, you can hang it up, and tendrils you can just leave it like this down.
Mm.
Are you able to follow?
Yes, I can. I mean, audience, are you guys able to follow? I mean, they have commented that it's really beautiful, picturesque.
Okay, thank you. So another thing is, see here what I've done here. See the flowers also facing up.
Yeah.
See the leaves may face down, but the flowers are facing up. That's the only way you should do it, and especially a lot of them are very particular about that. See now this one, when I'm going to add it on, I will bend it more. Sure. Bend it a bit more, so you'll get a lot of nice curvatures. So now I want to go up. I'll go up like this, like this. Okay, so you can either go up like this, or you can, as I told you can lower it down and hang it up like this. Hopefully, you guys got the picture what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of them are speechless. That's what they've been typing out, that anything they say would be an insult to the flowers but yeah, very, very beautiful.
Thank you, thank you. See, this is the arrangement. See, when you do an arrangement, see, I have the buds, I have the flower, I have the leaf. This is a combination of the way. This is what, see, this is a two-tier cake thing. So it's a dummy. So I have made sure that only two flowers is more than enough, and rest all leaves and the buds have been catching up. So they look so realistic when you work on like that.
Mm.
So
Okay.
this is the combination you need to add, and foliages are so important. That's the reason the flowers are not just the flowers. The foliage is also very much important. How much your flower is important also.
Okay. Can I take another question, Anand? Or
Yeah, please.
yeah.
No, you can ask me. No problem.
Okay. So this question is from Kajal. Hi, it. I find inserting the wires in the petals or leaves very difficult. It comes out. Any tips will be helpful.
Yes, it depends upon the method. As I told you, if you're using the uh, dwindle method, it doesn't work. But try to do the same method what I'm doing. If you want quickly, I'll show you once again what I do. This is called as the ridge method. This is one of the far most easiest method. First, first make sure you have a sausage and quickly thin it little bit. Don't over thin it, and then go up to the center. Just give a smooth press, okay, and then release it. Once again, go. Then you thin it as much as possible. Thin it as much as possible. Now go once again up, press, and release. And see, the ridge has formed. Beautifully, the ridge has formed. Make sure this is thin, okay? Don't make it very thick. Go up and then release from one side, okay? Now, very easy. Now see that. Just go ahead. As I told you, 3/4. The wire should be 3/4, okay? If you keep it half, the wire will come away. So always, any leaf for the petal, the wire should be 3/4. That is the rule. Then the wire will not come out. Then quickly angle it. Then use your wire until you reach 3/4, and then just keep it as I told you. The veining should be from the top. And this, as I told you, to take it out. See, if you have a really good veiners, good quality veiners, nothing will come out. Just it comes beautifully out. Okay, like this. See the veins. Yeah, just pinch it, bend, bend. Yeah, that's it. Quick and easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You make it look very easy.
It is. It is.
Okay. And so, do you use stylos in your gum paste?
Yes. See, I'll tell you one thing. I cannot reveal you about my gum paste because that's my workshop recipe. But I'll give you this kind of idea of that. Never use a homemade gum paste or never use a gum paste which has egg white, because for Asian market, egg whites will not work with your gum paste. Because what happens for the weather here, see, it can work in UK or US, but it can never work with Asian market. My gum paste doesn't have egg whites at all.
Okay. That is a very interesting tip.
Yeah.
Um, and this question is from Jonathan again. When we add the flowers with fillers, the final arrangement gets too heavy. How can we attach it to the cake side where we attach the flowers begin to tear? You have demoed, how we attach. Is there anything more you want to address, or can we move on to the next
Oh,
question?
okay. The flower. That's what I told you. See, every small detailing of it works onto that. For example, starting from the wires. See, if you want it to be straightforward enough, then you need to go for a 24 size wire. If you want to be thin enough, when you're going to group up the berries, you add 26 or 28. So that thins your gauge total weight of it. So for example, see, the more the wires we use, the more the heavier the flower is going to be. Okay. So it depends upon that. When you're going to see, if you're going to have a 3-tier cake, so 2-tier, generally what I do is I try to avoid adding my flowers onto the cake. So if 3 tiers, either I will add my flowers to the dummy, the second tier, which is a dummy, or my third tier, which is a dummy. I try to avoid adding it directly to the cake, because what happens is, see, end of the day, whatever you say, all these are wires, floral tapes, and all these are there. Even a cling wrap it and then poke it also. There are sometimes for the moment it may come out. So for safer side, I tell them, if you are taking 4 kgs or 5 kgs, then add on another 1 or 2 kgs for the dummy together. I'll add everything to the dummy and let the cake be as nice as possible to eat for them.
Okay.
That's the way I go for it. But now recently, I told you this is my chocolate flour. So I add it on to the cake itself so they can eat the chocolate flowers also.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And can you make this? This question is from Vibha. Can I make this from fondant as well?
No, you cannot. See, fondant is always soft. You cannot make that. See, that is the reason we have given it as gum paste and flour paste. They are different. You can roll them super thin and you can work on them. Fondant, no way you can roll it thin. Even see, a lot of people add CMC to it with fondant and they work on it. No, you cannot work on it because you cannot get thin at all. Fondant is meant to be for covering cakes. That's it.
Okay. And this question is from Real 2 Pro, which I asked previously and I asked for clarity. I meant, how do you fix berries on a straight wire? Won't it slip out, or do we need to bend the tip of the wire to fix the berries
Yes.
or buds?
If you could see this berry, am I showing you?
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. See, if you could see here, I have made we call it as a shepherd hook. So I
Okay.
made a shepherd hook. I'll show you what is that. It depends on each berries. Okay. A shepherd hook is this. Hold your wire on the edge and quick bend. This is, we call it as a shepherd hook. Hopefully you can able to see this. This bend is called as the shepherd hook. Okay. So this I use for these kind of berries. For these kind of berries, for the edge to be visible. For this edge not to be visible, what I do is I squeeze this edge totally and add the berry to it so it stands.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Any more questions on?
Yeah, so there's another question. Can you please guide how to make dewdrops on the leaves?
Okay. Dewdrops, if you want on the leaves, you guys wanted an edible one or a non-edible one? Non-edible ones, you get, they sell dewdrops itself for non-edible ones. You can glue them with edible glue and stick it on edges of it so it looks realistic. If you want an edible ones, what I do is liquid glucose, take it in a small syringe, then I squeeze them a bit. So you, from the syringe, it just drops in just a very little small drops.
Okay. The next question was to do with the lily that you just showed us. The center of the lily is made using color on top or used with a different gum paste.
Gum paste, I've colored the gum paste and I've done the stamens.
Okay. And the next question is from Sejal. Do you need to apply glue to the wire before inserting onto the leaf?
Okay, fine. Okay, see my gum paste, when I'm working, it's still soft. So I don't want to add glue to it. So I have done directly. If you think that your gum paste is not soft, then you can go for the glue. What happens for me, what I feel is that I don't want to add any more liquid to the gum paste, because when the wire is getting inserted inside, say for example, see when I'm inserting the wire inside, if the glue is going to be stuck here, stuck here, and if it goes inside, it's going to take a lot of time to dry. So when my gum paste is wet itself, I've inserted my wire and pinched the edge. So there's no need of glue for me. So that's the way I use it on. So when I'm working on it, I don't use glue. If I feel my gum paste is soft, then I work without the glue. And to make my gum paste soft, I don't do anything. I'll just show you what I do is, okay, just water. I just dip a bit into the water and then squeeze and work on it. See, it's become super nice and soft. That's it.
Okay.
So, any more questions of be answered?
Yeah, the next question. No, I think we've run out of questions, but a lot of them want to know about your classes and where they can avail. How do they follow you on Facebook, Insta? Could you just share that bit of information as well?
Yes, yes. You can follow me at Yelchuranand, YELCHURANAND. In Facebook, I have a page also, and my profile page also you can join. But now the friends list have gone more than 5,000, so I cannot add you as a friend. You can follow me for all my updates, everything for my classes, everything in my page. Or you can see my YouTube videos, Sugar Flower Master. I have a lot of videos uploaded on making flowers. You can see them, even including this lily. I have Insta ID is Elchuranand, YELCHURANAND. You can follow me in Insta also, Facebook also.
Okay. And they
Meanwhile,
are,
somebody will ask for some silver luster dust to be
yes,
used. I'll just tell them, please. See, one thing I'll tell you is, see, very hard you work on to bring more realistic look on the foliage as well as the flowers. Why do you want to add silver and gold to your flowers? I don't see the logic of adding silver and gold to your flowers. If your customers wanted that, the excuse what I get is like the customers asking, tell the customer you can fill the whole cake as gold and silver, but not on the flowers. Let the flowers look more realistic.
okay.
So that is the way it looks also more realistic, and your hard work also pays off well. Okay, somebody had asked me for the YouTube page. You can find and search me as Sugar Flower Master. My Instagram is like, as I told you, it's Elchuranand, YELCHURANAND.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Actually, I'll tell you, doing flowers and doing foliages for your cakes, it's fantastic. Take my word, when you work on these, then your figures or whatever it is. See, figures, whatever you do, it's like sometimes whatever people try to make them is, it looks like a very normal doll or something like that. It doesn't look like really exactly like a person what it is. But flowers, you can bring 70 to 90% of them, the realistic look of that. So your customers will also get excited seeing your cakes, and you will have a better name on it. This is what I tell my students also from the day one. I tell them, just make the flowers and even sell the flowers. So you will have a lot of people who will be ready to buy for their cakes also. Because not every baker will make flowers. So they would want to have a quick fix. So you can start doing these kind of small things, start working on it, and start your own business on it.
Yeah, that is true. And there's one more question from Vibha. Can you apply fondant on the shepherd look for the berries?
Uh, for the berries, you can make fondant. Once again, I'll tell you. Uh, what I wanted to tell you is like uh, if you're going to do fondant and gum paste together, fondant has more moisture. So when you're going to add the berries to the flour, what you made in gum paste, the fondant will give more moisture to the gum paste, and your gum paste also will start melting. So never do that mistake. Just if you do gum paste, do everything with gum paste.
Okay. Uh, and there's a few more questions on pricing, Anand. I know we typically don't take answers pricing on question. I mean, like, because it's very
Okay,
subjective
I'm
and
comfortable with anything. It doesn't matter. I like
okay.
to because I one thing is about to tell you the truth is this kind of basic questions nobody answers. I feel very bad about it because as a learner, it's very hard for them to know about it. But I'm ready to teach, or I'm ready to say whatever they want to know about from me, because I want each and every single individual to get the best out of me.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the question is about pricing. How do you do the pricing for the flowers for gum paste and rice paste flowers?
Okay, see, it is like pricing. I'll tell you one thing. See, because I live in Malaysia, for me, it's a totally different pricing. Okay, the for India, when I do it for India, it is like I have seen like the students in Mumbai students. They when I ask them how do you do the pricing, how much you do, they say one peony with little bit buds and one or two foliage. I charge them around 550 or 600 bucks. They say. So that is the range. I think so. Mumbai, it is that range. But when I checked with Pune, they said, "Sir, 500 rupees nobody will give here." They ask half kg cakes also, so 500 rupees too much. So it depends upon your area. See, another thing what I would say is, first when you start making these flowers, don't worry about the money or don't worry about the pricing. Okay, so you need to have an experience on this, so you need to make more of them. So start giving it free of cost. Don't worry about it. Once you catch your customer and they tend to ask you back, okay, I want these flowers last time you made, means then catch them with the money. Tell them that yes, that I gave you free this time. It is because like this is the way we do it. So this package will cost you more for the flowers. So bring them, ask them, make them ask you the flowers. That's the way. So that's the way. Even till today, you will not believe. Till today, I give my flowers free of cost. I never any flower. I never charge anybody, because one thing is I have a passion of making flowers. Another thing is too many flowers in my home, so I want to give away. So I'm happy to give away.
Oh, I wish I was your neighbor, Anand, but unfortunately not. Okay. Yeah, that brings us to the end of the session. And thanks a lot, Anand, for being
Thank you
kind
so much.
enough
Thank you.